Welcome to the Board of Education special meeting, August 2nd, 2024, at 11 a.m. in the Wallace Central Office Building. Welcome and roll call. All board members are present. 2, approval of the agenda.
Been no changes, correct? I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. 3, board member comments. Ms. Becky?
Don't think I have any today, thank you.
Ashley?
The only thing I would have is the board rediscussing whether the meetings will be once a month or twice a month.
They can't,
I think we did discuss.
we
Okay.
can't discuss that, this special meeting that was not on the agenda.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm
just
not
bring it
talking about
up.
today.
Okay,
I'm just bringing it up.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next meeting.
John?
None.
Vargas?
Reserved.
Moving on to 4, recommended action, new business. A, discussion action to approve 0.80 days of above as cutoff entered in under the Kentucky retirement system as years of experience, and to retroactively take effect on July 1st, 2020.
Madam Chair, I asked to have that put on this agenda so we can get that cleaned up before the school start of the school and the pay going out this year and things. We've discussed it in the past, we've talked about it, we've been talking about it since January, and I wanted to go ahead and put it in motion so make sure it got done. The only thing it's gonna do, people that's in the Kentucky retirement system, it's what we talked about, the fluff days and things like that. All it does is, if they got a .8, and that's, John and I talked about this, it's a .8 and is gonna be the cutoff. The reason some of them's a .80, they may have been in as a full-time sub, but they didn't get the 10 fluff days, and they didn't get maybe 5 other days, something that they missed, so therefore, that put them at .80. That's why it's,
So they got shorted on their retirement.
No, it's not the retirement, it's experience.
Okay.
Years of service.
Okay, years of
Yes.
service, all right.
Yeah, the state retirement system's what it is, but if we go with the if we say, okay, anybody with .80, come on to our district, we're willing to pay you for your experience. In my opinion, it's a good recruiting tool. It, benefits the school, benefits our employees. It can't be combined. It's if you work a .80 or above in a full year, then you would get that experience. You would get a year's experience added to your service. But as far as the retirement system goes, I've talked with them. Retirement system, if they say .80, it's .80 that year. There's no negotiating with them.
All right, do I have a motion?
Yes.
Do I have a second? Ashley? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Item 4B, discussion action on purchase school supplies.
So we talked about this earlier, but I don't think we came to a conclusion on how we were going to help the families or the kids that needed help with school supplies. And remind me, what was our best recommendation that we got at that time?
The board asked me to come up with an idea and a plan to where we could, there was some confusion on what was school supplies and what it could be spent on and all that. So I met with Mr. Arvin and Mr. Jury, and we kind of come up with a plan that we feel like is better for the board, and that's to go through the youth family resource center, youth service center, and at the board's discretion, if you want to give them whatever, and we can even revisit it, in January. But the confusion since I've been here has been, is it appropriately spent? Is it appropriately, and the taxpayers' dollars, are you wisely spending their investment in our district? And we feel like those people, are also show economic levels of our students. They have a working relationship with them, and I feel like it doesn't matter what your classification is, they will know who needs help, and the students are already used to going to them. And I think that cuts out what it should be spent on and whatever. It's at the board's discretion. That's, as superintendent, that's my proposal, is to, if you want to do anything, is to give the money to the two family resource centers and let them distribute appropriately, they will, they really,
I think
they're
we-
stingy, they
Yeah,
do,
well,
they
we
do
touched
well.
base on that last meeting a little bit too, because
Right.
some people already have their supplies.
Sure,
So this will help, and if they don't, it's for everyone. So no
Everyone.
one is excluded,
Yes,
but if they
ma'am.
already have their supplies, this will help maintain.
Mr. Cash, how much you recommending to give each one of these?
that's a board decision.
I mean, we gotta start.
We could
I-
start out with an amount and then revisit it in January.
That's
if they
why
run
I
low.
have to, we can reload it.
We
Yeah.
kinda, Mr. Arden, am I leaving anything out? You work with your,
John?
No, I mean, I think this is the best way to eliminate waste and kind of like you talked about before, giving things to children and it just being left because it wasn't A, what they wanted, or B, something that they needed. So being able to go through the youth service center.
Are we looking at $2,500 a building?
That, I think that's a good number to start with. You know, if you did that, and then they will make sure it's allocated, and then they can report back to us in December how that is gone, how much is left from that, and if they need any more based on the other funds they have going forward.
I'm gonna follow up on Mr. Jones's question there, Mr. Arvid. When we give them this money, they do understand that this money is for purchases, no school supplies. And what school supplies are they looking at? I know we've had this last discussion meeting with Mr. Jury. It was, brought up, you know, a welding hood is a school supply for somebody that's in a welding shop. What are they going to spend this money on?
So if you would like, for the next meeting, I can have them connect with the principals, and then they can come up with a list.
By next meeting, we're in school.
Well,
Correct.
I think regardless, we're gonna be a little behind on this one, just because, I mean, it's kind of the later notice, so there may be kids at the very beginning for a week or two, maybe without.
they will
Hopefully we
have
have a little
supplies
bit, we
now.
can have something. to
They'll
them
get it
started.
started.
I think
Those
the
people
basic
are great.
general stuff would be
Yeah.
easy, you know, just
Perfect.
pencils, notebooks, backpacks, those things. If there are special items like a welding helmet or something of that nature, we can make sure that the board is aware of what those purchases are and what that looks like.
I'm good.
I'm good.
So we'll have someone accountable for it.
Correct.
Okay. And Miss Mary Jane, you had mentioned a separate account.
Yes, I can track that. We
Okay.
already have a project set up for the Youth Service Center and for the Family Resource Center.
Great.
I would just suggest that you think about, do you want that lump sum to go to each, those are two centers
Correct.
that would manage the money, or do you wanna designate a specific fund for each school? Cause the Family Resource Center is over the elementary students, the Youth Service Center is over the high school. So
It would
just
be
make sure you
If
clarify
it's-
that for
If it's the
me.
pleasure of the board to go this way, then I would recommend going two separate, so that way you don't have two different separate organizations spending out of the same account. One can't
Right.
blame the other one.
I'm just
So like
decide if you
5,000
want
for
them to
each
get.
account?
Each group has two schools.
How much?
Okay.
Right.
But if
Each
we're gonna do
group has
10,000,
I figure 2,500 total 5,000 start out with, and then if we need to reload it in a month or two.
well, that's what I mean, per school though, you're saying like 5,000 for the upper and the lower, right? Total, 2,500 per school?
2,500 to the
Gotcha.
2,500 to the,
So we're talking 5,000 to start,
yes ma'am.
Okay.
And then, like I said,
2,500 per,
hey, this falls
Program.
under your department, so.
Yes, I
We're just
mean,
learning, if that doesn't,
if it doesn't get it
That
and it
doesn't
comes up
cover it.
short at any point in time, we will bring it to your attention
Right.
and let you know.
if, tell them to justify what they've spent.
Yes.
If they're running out of money, come back.
100%.
Yeah.
perfect,
Madam Chair, I'll move to 2,500
each program?
for the Family Resource Youth Service Center. And, yeah, the two, I just lost my mind. The Youth Service Center and the Family
Resource Center,
Resource Center, 2,500 each.
perfect. All right,
Second.
go ahead. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Item 4C, review approved nutrition department procurement or whatever it is.
Procurement.
What, procurement, thank you, I cannot talk, plan.
I so move.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Item 4D, discussion approve amended substitute salary schedule.
I have one or two places here I would like to ask a question. Do we need a motion before we have discussion?
Either way.
From my standpoint, from the high school perspective, we've got high school class sponsor, junior class and senior class.
Can't talk about that, right? We're just doing this substitute.
But we're on the, I think you're on the wrong schedule, we're on the
Okay.
substitute salary schedule.
Okay, don't have a question on that, then I'll just, so scratch everything I've said.
What is this one?
This one's the substitute salary
Sure.
schedule,
This
actually.
one, this one. Yeah, I'm fine.
This other one's your
The
extracurricular.
bottom right, and this actually right here is what we're addressing.
Okay,
No,
so,
wait a
oh,
minute.
so we're not doing the whole salary.
This, I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
why do they have this?
Yeah.
It's just trying to build good substitutes.
Do we want an explanation on this to make it clear?
Well, it looks like they've just made a few changes for rank 4 and rank 5, instead of the BA, ES.
I'm good with it.
We're doing the substitute salary schedule at this time, Madam Chair, correct?
Correct.
We go.
Yes, and Jake, you got everything cleaned up, correct? This is what we.
Yeah, so the problem is, I guess I probably should have caught this, but you've got on here to the amended substitute salary schedule, which you've got in front of you, which is this one. They were also wanting to amend the extra duty salary schedule, which did not make it on the agenda. That's a special meeting, so we got a problem there.
Okay.
So,
But
this change to the extra duty salary schedule, I don't think you can make today.
But to amend this, in order to amend this, we have to approve this too. It's all one. This goes, coincide, this here, these changes where you struck these lines and stuff, and struck this here, we
Yeah.
had, in order to do this, we had to do this. So we can talk about these two, Jake, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, we can talk about these two legally, because before we do, when we do this,
You can
it
talk
changes
about
this.
it, you can talk about them, we can talk about them, we just can't amend the extra duty salary schedule today.
But we're not amending it, we're just.
Yeah, no, you could,
This, and correct me if I'm wrong, but where we struck all this on this page, it moved this page, and I think you could argue this, that it moves, we have to put this on here in order to do this.
you can do that, you can move that instructional aid classroom monitoring to the substitute
Because we
salary
struck it here.
schedule. Yeah,
So we're good there.
yeah,
And this here, we're good here, because we struck on rank 5s, we struck all this out of here, and struck this bottom section here, where it used to say must work to 20 consecutive weeks, well, we struck that language out. This here coincides with this line here. So therefore, when we approve this, it will automatically take effect on this. So if you would prefer me not to say extra duty salary schedule, this will automatically move on here.
yeah, so.
Correct.
Yes, to clarify that, I mean, I probably should have caught that, I don't know if we had enough time to fix that, but, yeah, since we're putting that on the extra duty salary schedule, that's not on the agenda to approve that today, we can use the exact same language, but really it needs to be on the substitute salary schedule, you good with that?
Just take what, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
that's,
just move those two
yeah,
bottom lines from the extra duty.
and move them to the amended,
So-
substitute salary.
So when they
schedule.
make a motion to pass this, it's with adding
Correct.
those two.
Yeah, we would add it to the
schedule.
bottom of the substitute, that we can still get done today, what we talked about, we're trying to
Well,
get
it
done.
keeps it all
And
on,
then,
on
and then
this
also,
schedule.
and
Cause
then,
I didn't catch that, but
It should
you know,
just say
this-
salary schedule.
yeah, this has been a joint effort here to fix this problem, which Tony can explain, or ours can explain, but, yeah, they added the extra duty salary schedule, and we only got the substitute salary schedule on the agenda, so. they
This all
can't
came
do it.
By
because
doing
of
this
the
way,
guidance
Tony,
from
we
KD.
can-
Yeah.
by doing it that way, then we can go ahead and do it, and then at the next meeting, then we can move it from the substitute salary schedule,
Back to the.
which it should be
We're just-
under anyway, instead of
Yeah, but we wouldn't
extracurricular.
have to move it, would we? Just leave it
No,
on
we
that?
wouldn't have to
Yeah.
move it at that point in time either.
No,
Leave it
but-
on
I think
this
that's
one.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, we can do it all in one salary schedule, so we're okay with special meeting, but they probably need an explanation as to what exactly we're doing here.
Yeah, so what happened is, July the 15th, new KRS and House Bill 387 took into effect, and on July, well, last Friday, whatever that was, we got new guidance from KDE. So that new guidance and the new KRS says to us, we need to change our salary schedule and how we emergency certify subs, how we pay subs. all that stuff. And so we've been scrambling on how can we do what we need to do with the people that we have that are willing to come work hard for our district and pay them what we need to pay them. And so we've consulted other districts, I've consulted with KDE, and we have found a way to do that through classified employment and stipends. So that's it.
And so just to put a little bit more clarification on, if you're okay here, under that guidance, what people who had previously, like last year, been subs, been emergency certified as subs, can no longer be emergency certified as subs. I think the district said they're some of the best subs and maybe some of the better teachers we've got, but under that new guidance, you could no longer use them, they couldn't be getting the pay they were.
They couldn't get full-time employment, that was the problem.
And so this is essentially a workaround, I mean, is what it is. And so this would allow them to be, and because they would not be emergency certified subs, technically they still have to have certified supervision, which we've been across that bridge before. You can have certified supervision virtually. So you can have a certified person who is monitoring that classroom virtually. I mean, it's not ideal, but that way the person, same exact person that you had last year, can be in there teaching, if you will, or monitoring the classroom. And this allows them to be a full-time employee. They're just going to be a classified employee, and that's why you've got an additional stipend there with additional pay. And trying to fix all of that in the past week, again, the issue that I just realized is, they got stuck on the extra duty salary schedule in addition to the changes to the substitute salary schedule, and really we can only amend the substitute salary schedule because it's the only thing on special meetings. So what we're discussing is this doesn't really need to be on the extra duty salary schedule. We'll just add it back to the bottom of the substitute salary schedule, and we'll only be amending substitute salary schedule. Kind of convoluted there, but that way we can accomplish what we need to accomplish.
I make a motion, we approve whatever Jake just said.
I'll second that motion, but something else too. The people do understand, and we're gonna make it clear to them that you have to cover a classroom for a day to get the stipend.
It's got to have a full day,
Okay.
full day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Very good. 4E, approve facilities request. Everybody get a chance to look at those?
Yes, ma'am, I just have one question on them real quick. I'll move to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Go ahead, Hargis.
The dates that we had on all those, did our new AD get a chance to look over it to make sure that those dates wasn't conflicting?
I believe so. I've not asked her about that. If there is a conflict, we will obviously move it. Those are on Sundays for those games, and it's an understanding for two that they put down as a potential for a playoff with the youth football. They understand that the high school schedule goes above and beyond anything first, so it's really just permission if those dates are available.
Madam Chair, I move to approve with I move to approve with a go-ahead from the athletic director, the new AD.
To approve contingent on AD's
Yes.
approval, yeah.
Second.
Wait a minute, I had Becky as a second, so we're just, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Okay, 5-0, very good. All right, 4F, review, approve out-of-district applications.
I so move.
One second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? 5-0. Item 4G, approve emergency certification for lower elementary teacher and high school teachers.
So I want to question, I'll move to approve.
Got a second?
I'll second.
Go ahead, Ernest.
Where we got teacher, is that just one?
Yes.
What about the high school?
We got teachers in high school, but showing like one teacher or lower.
For lower?
We have one lower elementary teacher applicant that needs a little more time to take her practice exams. We'd like to go ahead and
I
get
so
her
move.
emergency certification.
Yes, I'm a yes.
All right, all in favor?
I'll get through this.
5. All right, item 4H, enter into closed session under KRS 61.8110, parentheses 1F, parentheses F. Discussion hearing which might lead to appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee, member, or student.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
So Hargis made a motion, John seconded to come out of closed session, 5-0. Item 4J, discussion action to approve closed session items, and I'm gonna let Jake handle this.
Okay, so, I'm going to read a joint press release, and then the board can take action. The joint press release reads as follows: the Gallatin County Board of Education and the Gallatin County Superintendent Chuck Cash jointly and regretfully announce the resignation of Superintendent Chuck Cash due to unforeseen personal circumstances. Both parties would like to welcome and congratulate David Eric Arvin as the new interim superintendent for the next school year. Both parties are confident that the district will continue moving in a positive direction under the interim superintendent's leadership. I want to reassure all stakeholders that they will continue to do everything they can to support the district, its students, and its new leader as the district begins the 2024 to 2025 school year. Go Wildcats. So with that, Madam Chair, I believe you are free to have a motion and a second to approve the interim contract.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Cash. Adjournment,
I so move.
5 adjournment. Vargas, second.
Second.
John, all in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Thank you, good meeting.
Tony, you need these?
12:04.